Welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Keep these questions coming. For this next question, I actually have to apologize. I don't remember your name. I don't remember your email address. And something happened with my email where I deleted your message instead of replying. I don't know why I did that. But now I can't even find your deleted message in my trash can. But I remember reading it, so I'm going to answer because I wanted to do a video on it. And again, thank you very much for the questions. Keep them coming, and if you're watching, I apologize. I want to send you this link, but I don't know your email. I don't know your name. If you can just email me back, please. Hopefully you see this video. It's Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. So if you're watching this and you're the one who asked, please send me a special email. And I apologize for losing your email. But I remember what the issue was. And it's important. That's the important part. Because there's other people out there who are probably dealing with similar things. So this was a study coordinator who's just taking over a study from another study coordinator who is being let go. Because he or she, I believe from the email it was a he, was not doing his job the right way. Luckily for this new coordinator who's taking over, who seems to be proactive, the old study coordinator, is still going to stick around for a few weeks for the transition. So the question is, what should she do in the meantime to clean up the files, get everything organized, and make sure that things are kind of neat and back on track and at least manageable before he leaves? Number one, first thing, there's probably a lot of documentation that's missing. So get him to write as many note to files as he can regarding anything that you see an issue with. Talk with your PI, talk with the sub-I, talk with someone there, and talk with him and find out whenever you see something strange or something that's like not documented or something that's looking like it needs some explanation, get him to do a note to file. I mean, it's going to cover your behind. You're not going to know how to answer queries from monitors when they come up with them, which they no doubt will. So get him to write note to files. At least you have something, you have some documentation stating what happened with this patient or this subject. Number two, get a log of all the study subjects for the studies you're taking over. Make sure you know who's in the study, who's not, what meds they're on, when they're coming back, when their next scheduled visit is, any adverse events that they've been having, any abnormal lab values that you need to keep an eye on or follow up with. And again, your PI can help in this matter as well, but definitely while the coordinator is still there, have him help you out with this stuff. And make sure you have a way to contact these study participants, because the last thing you want is for him to leave and you have no way to contact these study participants. Another thing, besides the note to file and subject safety, make sure that you know the delegation of duties log. Should be in the regulatory binder. Make sure it's updated and make sure you know who's responsible to do what task from your staff. So if this coordinator wasn't on top of the ball, he may have not had these things written down, and you want to get this documented before he leaves so that you are not left holding the bag and not knowing what to do, and then you'll have an angry monitor on your hand and probably an audit. So do what you can as far as note to files. I would say that's the most important thing. Of course, patient safety is the most important thing, but from a documentation standpoint, note to file is really what you've got to look at. Patient safety, track any adverse events. They don't just have to be SAEs, just regular adverse events. Make sure that you understand which patients are having adverse events. That way you can follow up with them and see if the adverse events resolve themselves, abnormal lab values, things like that. Luckily, the PI can be able to help you with that. And the regulatory binder, make sure you know who's doing what. I would say those are the three most important things that you can do at this moment in time. And again, I apologize for losing your email. You took some time to write it. It was a long email, and I was planning a response, and I hit delete. And now I can't even find it in the trash can. So if you're watching, I apologize. I don't know your name. I don't know what company you're from. But shoot me another email, Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com, and ask me follow-up questions. Hopefully you check the blog regularly. I want to give my Clinical Trial Guru producers a shout out. Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, Erdhart Clinical Trials, PTNR, Patrick Stone. We have Darshan Kulkarni from Kulkarni Law Firm, Biopharm Systems, Zymewire, Mozio, South Coast Clinical Trials, and Breakthrough Clinical Trials, and I'm accepting more producers still. Limited spots available. Get at me. $99 a year for now. Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you, and hopefully this helps you somewhat, although you've got a long road ahead of you, it looks like. And email me again. I'm sorry for losing your email.